Hey guys, I am back again. You are welcome here and I am happy to share another tutorial with you. Today we are making this asymmetrical shawl, perfect for spring and summer. The yarn used here is very light and breathable. However, you can use a different yarn weight and make it your own. You can make it as big or as small as you want. The important thing is for it to wrap around your neck comfortably. Are you guys ready to have fun? Let's begin. Let's talk about the materials we need for our shawl. We need 3.5 millimeter hook, pair of scissors, yarn needle, and this beautiful yarn. This is hand dyed. The colorway is called Mama. This skein has 437 yards and I have two of them, and then this little guy which I'll use towards the end of our shawl. Okay, I want to talk about our shawl. It's asymmetrical, so it will be getting bigger only on one side. So we'll be increasing in every row. Okay, we're gonna start with a slip knot and chain 3. Okay, and then from here we are making 1 half double crochet on the 3rd loop. And this is our row 1. This chain 2 counts as a stitch, so this is 2 stitches. I'm gonna chain 2, turn the work, make a half double crochet on the first stitch, and then make 2 half double crochet on top of the other of the second chain. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. Next, chain 2, turn your work. Remember, we are only increasing on one side, so this is the side that we are increasing. So on the first stitch I am making 2, and then make 1 stitch in the last 2 stitches. All right, and then chain 2, turn the work. Once we get here, this does not count as a stitch, it was just right at the beginning. And then from here it's half double crochet stitch, that's stitch number 1, stitch number 2, stitch number 3, and then make 2 stitches in the last stitch. That's our increase. And it's starting to shape up. chain 2, turn, make 2 stitches on the first stitch here, then 1 stitch on each across. And you're gonna do this until you reach row 40. Remember, you are adding 1 extra stitch each, so if you are at row 40, when you count your stitches across, you should have 41 stitches. Okay, so do that on your part, and then we will meet at row 40. This is how my shawl looks after 40 rows. So I've got 40 rows and 41 stitches. Okay, we are going to repeat one more of half double crochet stitches, and then we move on to the next part of the tutorial. I'm gonna chain 2, chain, make 2 stitches into the first stitch, and then 1 across. So after row 41, I should have 42 stitches. Okay, so this is row 41, so I have 42 stitches across. Okay, I'm gonna chain 2. I'm holding my hook this way so you can see what I'm doing next. We are going into a different pattern of stitch. We will be doing half double crochet across 2 stitches. So in a way, it's like you are decreasing. So we are going to have less stitches when we get here, and then we need to figure out how many we need, so we can end up with 42, because this is, no, 43, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to insert the hook here, pull up a loop. Okay, yarn over, insert the hook in the second stitch, pull up a loop. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the loop, on the hook, loops on the hook, and then I'm going to pull through. This is called a cluster stitch, so this is the first cluster. Okay, from here I'm yarn over, insert the hook in the last stitch again. Remember, I said we are making a stitch, 2 stitches across. The 2 stitches, sorry. All right, so this is the end of row 41. So all in all here I have 42 stitches, which means the next stitch I need to end up with 43 stitches. Okay, I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to hold my hook this way so you can see what I'm doing. The next part of the tutorial, we will be making a stitch across 2 stitches, so it's like a cluster stitch. All right, I'm gonna yarn over, insert the hook in the first stitch, pull up a loop. So I've got 3, and then I'm gonna yarn over, insert the hook in the second stitch, pull up a loop. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 loops in the hook, yarn over and pull through all the loops. So this is stitch number 1. All right, we're gonna yarn over, insert the hook back into the last stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert the hook in the next stitch, pull up a loop. We've got 5 in the 5 loops, yarn over, pull through. So this is the second stitch. We are making a stitch across 2 stitches. Yarn over, insert the hook in the back in the last stitch, yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So this is the third cluster, and we are going to do this until the end of the row. We'll have 1 stitch remaining. I'm gonna try and be slow. Back to where the last one is, into the next. Okay, so work on this until there's only 1 stitch left. All right, okay, so there's only 1 stitch left, so this is where you pay attention. With all these clusters, I have so far 41. Let's see, let me double check. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 21 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40. Okay, and we are on row 42, so we need 43 stitches altogether. We are going to do the last cluster together. That's 41. So we need 2 extra stitches, and then in the same stitch I'm going to make 2 half double crochets, so we end up with an extra stitch, because remember we are increasing. Okay, so this is our first row of staggered stitches. I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Into the first stitch I am making a 2 single crochet stitches. 1 2, and then from there on it's 1 on each of the cluster stitches or the staggered stitches. Okay, I am done with my, well, not done, I've got one more staggered stitch to do into the last stitch here. So this is my 43rd staggered stitch, and for this row I need 45 because this is row 44. So I need 2 extra stitches. So in the same stitch here I am making 2 half double crochets. 1, 2. So this makes a total of 45 stitches across. The next row is the single crochet stitch row. I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and into the very first stitch I'm making 2 single crochet stitches. Okay, and then I have 1 on each stitch. Okay, so this has 45 stitches. When I finish with this one I should have 46 stitches, and then I'm going to repeat the 2-row pattern one more time. So I need 6 rows after this. There will be 1, 2, 3, 4, what I'm working on, and then the staggered stitch, lastly the single crochet stitch. So I should have 6 rows after this, or after I'm done with the stitch pattern. Okay, so work this and then 2 more of these rows, and then from here we are going back to just a normal half double crochet stitches. I am done with this 2-row repeat part of the tutorial. We are moving on. We are going back to half double crochet stitches, and we are still adding 1 extra stitch at the end of each row. So from here we are going to work 20 rows of just this stitch here, half double crochet. I'm gonna chain 2, and work half double crochet, and I'm working 1 stitch across until I get to the last stitch, where I'm gonna make 2 stitches in to 1 stitch in 1 stitch, just to increase. Remember, we add 1 extra stitch each row. Okay, so do that 20 stitches of half double, sorry, 20 rows. Let me repeat that. 20 rows of this stitch, half double crochet. All right, when we get to, let me just say 21, because it's easier to start this stitch from the end of this, from this side of the row. So make 21 rows, and then on the 23rd you're gonna start working this pattern again. So you're gonna make the staggered stitches, single crochet, staggered stitches, single crochet, staggered stitch, single crochet. All right, so we're just repeating what we just did here, except we're gonna do this after 21 rows. This is how far I've gone. So I have 21 rows of half double crochet, and then repeated this pattern here. So after 21 rows I did 6 rows of this pattern over here. Okay, so from here we are going to repeat this again. You are going to work 21 rows of normal half double crochet stitches, and then move on to this other part of the pattern where you do staggered stitch, single crochet, staggered stitch, single crochet, staggered stitch, and then single crochets stitches. Let's just start these few stitches together. Chain 2 and chain. Okay, so repeat this pattern. We will meet again over here after you are done your last single crochet stitch row. Okay, I have finished the second part. Last time we met, we were together was here. I've finished this part again. We are going to work on 15 more rows of half double crochet after this, and then after 15 rows we will only be working on these 2 row repeats until end of the shawl. Okay, so 15 more rows, and then we are gonna work on staggered stitches, single crochet, until you have your desired size of a shawl. For me, I am intending to have about 20 of these rows, or combination of these rows. If I feel it's too small, then I keep going. All right, so work on your shawl. Okay, here's how my shawl looks so far. The last time we met, I had said you make 20 rows of this, and I added more. It turned out 20 rows was way too small. The shawl could not wrap around my neck, so I added 30 more row from the 20th over here. So this is how it looks so far. I added a new yarn here, but it's still the same still the same pattern that we are following. Okay, so the last row here is the single crochet one. I wanted to add a little detail for the last row. I only have this much yarn. I think it would allow me just two rows. So the next 2 rows I'm making a single crochet stitch. I'm just gonna join the yarn, chain one, and turn the work. So the next 3 rows I'll just be doing single crochet stitch. We are not doing the staggered stitch. I'm bringing along this yarn just to weave in the ends, much easier. Okay, so follow the pattern, single crochet until we get to the edge. You're gonna make 2 single crochet stitches on the last stitch, chain 1, make 2 single crochet stitches on the first one, and then go all the way back. So you should end on the straight edge of the shawl. So to finish the shawl, you're gonna have 3 rows of single crochet back to back, because what we've been doing is we'll have the staggered half double crochet stitch and then single crochet stitch staggered, but to finalize our pattern, 3 rows of single crochet stitches. I have this much left, so I'm hoping it will give me 2 rows, so you can have a pop of this detail at on the edge of the shawl. All right, so work the 2 stitches, 2 rows, sorry, 2 rows of single crochet stitch. I have worked the 2 rows. I'm only left with 2 stitches.